Alright chat, today we are doing Minecraft speedrun item tier list. So it's items that you use or need in a speedrun. We're sort of educated in this, like we've completed 2 speedruns at decent times. We're obviously nowhere near world record speed, but we have failed a lot, and with failure comes knowledge. So we know a bit. This is sort of easy but hard to judge at the same time. There's a few items that, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm missing a few items. But we're basically judging the item on how much you need it to complete the run, how, like, useful it can be, and like how helpful it can be, and if, like, you can do without it, you know. So I feel like this one, it's easy to pick the S tier ones. Obviously Blaze Rod's S tier, you can't complete the run without it, I don't think, unless I'm missing something, unless there's some magical way you can without it. And Ender Pearls, and then Ender Pearls, and then the Eye of Enders. They're the same thing, right? But you just put the blaze powder in it. So they're both S tiers. I'm just gonna go through from here now. I think we could almost say beds S tier as well. Obviously, you can do the speed run without beds. But if it's a speed run, I think you pretty much need beds. There's no other really way to do it. If you're speed running it, then use beds. So I think those 3 have to be S tier items. So from there we can start going through the rest. Okay, so bread. So obviously most speedrunners, if they got, like, I've seen like world record speedrunners, they go to a chest and they just use like the small amount of bread that's in the chest. Like there'll be like 5 or 6 and they'll use that. But usually if you're going for a longer one like me, I usually harvest some of the wheat, the haystacks, and then make that into bread. Personally, obviously for me, because my speed runs are a bit longer, food's very important because you're running around a lot looking for gold, looking for bastions, looking for everything, you know. So I think food's important. And there's no really alternative to that other than finding everything instantly. The only alternative to food is finding everything instantly. You know, like spawning straight in a village, grabbing the bread out of a chest, or like not even grabbing, and then spawning everywhere that you need to go. But then you still need to run to the stronghold. So I think bread, food in general is required. If we're just going off bread, the alternatives you have are probably limited. You can probably do mushroom soup. You can probably do... What have I done before? When you spawn in that biome with the... You know the dark biome, like the forest biome? And there's no bread in the villages in that biome, and you end up like harvesting the berries. And then usually sometimes you might find a bit of bread in the chest. And then you'll like kill a few animals or some stuff, but that always adds time, and bread's just always a lot easier. So for speed running purposes, I think food and bread, A tier. Bucket now. Bucket, unless you get insanely lucky, you basically, well, it's not insanely lucky. Unless you get very lucky, you need a bucket, I think, because to make the nether portal, you obviously use the water and the lava, and you mix it. You know, everyone knows the strat. You make the portal out of the water and the lava. So you need a bucket to, you know, move the lava and the water around. The only other way is obviously find a fake portal, or somehow gather enough obsidian that you can just place down blocks. But obviously that's relying on luck. And there's no really alternative to a bucket, so I'm going to give that an A tier as well. Okay, crying obsidian. Now, the only time I use crying obsidian is, I don't know if everyone does this, but you know when you're killing the ender dragon at the end, I do the noob strat where you put the obsidian block up there and then just stare at it, and you put the bed up there, and you just keep looking at the spot. I find it easier just for timing. Just for killing the Ender Dragon. And you can either use Crying Obsidian or Obsidian. for that strat because the blocks won't explode. But you actually don't really need it. And then you also have Obsidian as an alternative. So I'm going to put it as a C tier. Personally, if you're a noob like me, I recommend when you're doing your piglin trades to keep your Obsidian. Obviously, you want to keep your normal Obsidian for other reasons. Alright. Now, I might do all these tools at the same time, just so I can explain in full. Okay, so stone tools, obviously you need. You obviously need. So you could say they're an S tier, right? But we kind of want to compare them to these other tools. So I'm going to say stone tools are a B tier. And then an iron pickaxe. Now, an iron pickaxe is insanely important, I think, for a really good speedrun. If you can get an iron pickaxe pre-portal, I think you can potentially save a lot of time. If you get iron pickaxe pre-portal and you spawn near a bastion, like, you're going to be able to run straight in, get the gold, and get your trades, get your pearls, leg it. Obviously, you need some luck to get pre-portal iron pick. You either need to find iron, you either need like a blacksmith, you need a fake portal to get some extra iron. You probably want the golem to drop 5 iron, 4 or 5. Or you could go to a temple and get some iron. So there's a fair few things that can assist you in getting a iron pick pre-portal without having to cook it yourself. I think iron pick is very important. Now, diamond tools are just like, if you get them, you get them. You're not looking for them. You're not aiming to get them. But if it happens, you somehow come across some diamonds, then they're handy. But they're not gonna really. They're not gonna ruin your run. They're not gonna ruin your run if you don't get diamond tools. So I feel like obviously they're just as good as iron, but I feel like just because you don't need them, and they're not gonna ruin your run without them, you could just put them at C tier. Like, you shouldn't even worry about diamond. Like, even if it's down in a mine, like, I would almost argue not worrying about mining it, because sometimes you won't even have an iron pick to mine it, or so. That's just in my opinion. Fire resistance potions. Okay, this is a big tip. If you're a noob and you want to start speedrunning, I always had trouble with the blazes, and I'd just die and fuck up, and they'd hit me with their fire shit. So I recommend doing your piglin trades. Or try to. Don't like make sure you do your piglin trades. Just try to do your piglin trades before you enter a what's it called? Shit, I forgot what it's called. Fortress. The Nether Fortress. And so yeah, I would recommend, if you're a noob. If you're a pro, you can probably use a shield. Some people don't even use the shield to kill the blazes and get your blaze rods. So, but these will protect you. Fire resistance potions will protect you. So if you're a noob, try and get these. If not, see, like, once you get better, you don't really need them. So I'm just gonna put them a B tier. You don't really need them, but if you're a noob, I recommend trying to get some. Even if, like, because obviously you're trying to get ender pearls anyway. So if they come, grab them. Grab the fire resistance potions. They're gonna help. And they might even help you out in other situations. Okay, I put shears in here. I think if you most of the time you do village runs, so you go to a village, and you grab beds, you grab your food, get your tools and stuff. You don't usually get enough beds, but by the time you do piglin trades and get a bit of string, you usually get enough beds. But on the way out, you can either kill sheep or you can make shears. Not needed. Probably a D tier. Yeah, not really needed. Emeralds. Okay. One strat that a lot of people probably know is if you don't get, like, a lot of, when you get you need at least 4 iron to get to the nether, usually, from the iron golem. So you kill the iron golem, you're hoping for 4. So it can either give 3, 4, or 5. You need 4 because you can make a bucket with 3, and then you make a flint and steel. So then you can make your portal. Emeralds. So if you get 3 and you have emeralds, so if you get 3 iron from the iron golem, you get emeralds. You can do the barrel trade, and you can trade with a fisherman for a bucket. And with that bucket, then you save 3 iron. So emeralds can be really handy sometimes. Sometimes I do it even when I get enough iron, so then I can make an iron pick. That's how much I value iron picks. But again, you shouldn't look for them, the emeralds. You should just, if you come across them in a chest, grab them. And sometimes you don't even use them. Sometimes you grab them, don't use them, and just, yeah. If you think it's a good idea to do a barrel trade, the fisherman trade, then do it. Alright, gold boots. Obviously you wear them so then the piglins don't attack you. I think my best run ever, I don't think I made them. I don't think I made gold boots. I could be wrong in that though. I know a lot of the world records they don't. I've seen a few where they do. It's just in the position that you're in. If you think that you need to waste 4 gold, then make them. If you think you're in a situation that you can get away with not using them, then don't. But yeah, if you're going into a bastion, you probably usually want to put some of these on. I'm gonna put them B tier. I think they're above all these other ones, but they're not entirely needed. Obsidian. Okay. Okay. Before you enter the Nether, you can get obsidian obviously in a blacksmith and at a fake portal chest. Even when I do find them if I haven't even entered the Nether yet, I usually try save it, because once you enter the Nether, if you have to travel around trying to find the fortress, trying to find the bastion, you can like be so far away from your portal that having this obsidian left over can be really handy. Then you can trade gold with the piglins and get more obsidian, and hopefully you can portal out without having to walk back to where your portal was. I think obsidian is really good, especially like if you're really far from your portal. I think it's above all these. I think it's an A tier obsidian, because pre-portal it's good. Like before you get to the Nether, if you find obsidian, it's good because it can help you make your first portal, and if you're in the Nether, it can help you. And plus, at the end when you use it for you can use it for the technique that I use. If you look at my videos, that what I use at the end to kill the end dragon. So yeah, that's I think it's a really good bonus. Shields, okay, probably on a similar level of fire resistance potions. I think if you're a pro, you can probably get away with not using it. I would never go into a fortress without either fire resistance potions or a shield. I need to have one. So yeah, I'm gonna put that B tier. I'm not good enough to deal with blazes without either of these. I've started to not get these as much. I think I'm good enough to just use the shield. But yeah, I definitely recommend, if you're a noob, grabbing one of these things before getting into blaze rods. But yeah, that's pretty good tier list, I think. You obviously have the 3 things that you need. 4 things. 2 things these things are probably important. This thing you want. Obsidian you want. You technically need stone tools as well, but because there's so many different types of tools, I think there's a bit of leeway. But I think that's it, guys. I'm happy with that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Give me some more tier list ideas. Cheers.